Let's get set for a great week ahead. For me, that is always in the kitchen. I like to make sure the kitchen's clean, restocked, and I've done a little bit of food prep to make sure we have a great start to our week and that our days can start and end a little bit smoother. Join me today as I deep clean my refrigerator and freezer, do a little bit of cleaning in the kitchen. I'll have a grocery haul for you, and I'll end today's video by prepping some of our produce. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're taking the time to watch this video and get your week started off on the right foot. I'm starting this video off by deep cleaning my refrigerator. It was in pretty decent shape, but definitely could use a scrub down from top to bottom. I'm in the midst of spring cleaning, so I've just got the itch. I'm cleaning literally every area in my house, and we definitely can't neglect the inside of our refrigerator. I'm starting with the doors. I'm just going to take everything out of the door cabinets and take these little shelves off and give them a really good scrub in the kitchen sink. I wasn't able to get the very top one here where the butter is off. I'm sure it does come off. I'm just not exactly sure how to get it down, and I definitely didn't want to break it. It seems like it's so easy to break these things because they're all made from plastic. So I'll just clean that while it's still in here. It definitely needed it. There was like old butter and stuff in here. Here's a little glimpse of all of the dirt. We have a black lab. Her hair literally gets everywhere. Like there's nothing I can do to prevent it, and it's so gross that it's here in the refrigerator as well. So I do make sure on a weekly basis that I do give my refrigerator at least a little bit of a scrub down. I don't do as deep of a clean as I'm doing today every single week, but I do that mainly like on a monthly type of basis. How often is it that you clean your refrigerator? I'm so curious to know what everybody else does. Please leave a comment down below. I'm using the Dawn Power Wash to scrub down these shelves. I'm going to put things away as I go, and as things are dry and clean, I just find it the easiest to do that so that I'm not so overwhelmed with absolutely everything being on the counter. I have done that before where I've completely emptied my refrigerator, had everything here on the island, and then had to sort through everything and put it all away. And it just seemed to be very overwhelming for me, such a larger process than this job already is. So I'm just gonna take it like door by door, shelf by shelf kind of thing, break it down in little bits so then I can just get everything done a little bit smoother and my mind doesn't get so overwhelmed. Do you have a particular strategy that you have when you clean your refrigerator? Leave a comment so we can all learn from each other. My husband absolutely loves vitamin water. I do like these pink ones. Sometimes it's very rare that I do drink them. I am mainly a water drinker. I have 1 cup of coffee usually in the morning, and then the rest of the day is water. I don't really drink much else at all. Is there a beverage that is your go-to that you absolutely have to have stocked in a refrigerator at all times? I'm going to vacuum out each drawer section as I take out the drawers and all the shelves as I go up. I figured I would work from bottom to top so then the Dawn Power Wash isn't like leaking through and getting on any food that is in here. Most of the food that's in my refrigerator is in containers already, so that there really isn't a chance of that happening. But the produce drawers that I have, those are kind of all open fruits and vegetables. So I was really careful when cleaning around those and making sure that everything was thoroughly dry before I put anything back. My son is 2 years old. He had gone through a little phase where he was really enjoying these yogurt smoothies. He has not been wanting them at all lately, so I'm trying to just use up or have my husband finish up these last few before they expire. Are there things that your kids are really enjoying for snacks? My son right now is unable to consume any milk. It just makes him really sick, but he's fine with cheese and yogurt, which is good, so then he can still get the calcium and vitamins that he needs from those. But I'm just trying to think of other options. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I'm spraying in the Dawn Power Wash and then using hot water on a microfiber cloth to clean all of these drawers and shelves. There is nothing better than a nice clean fridge. Everything is clean and put back. I have made my grocery list and my husband is going to go to the grocery store for me. Now I'm going to clean out the freezer. Our freezer is not very big at all, so there's really not too much stuff in here. It's kind of hard to organize, but we try our best to keep it as organized as possible. So we kind of have it sectioned off. This left section that I'm working on, we keep all of any frozen meat that we have in here and frozen vegetables. Then the right side is all of our frozen fruit. We love smoothies, and my husband, as you'll see, absolutely loves frozen mango, so we have tons of frozen mango. And then the drawer has like any chicken nuggets, french fries, that kind of stuff. If we ever have ice cream or popsicles, we put those up there, and like ice packs are up there as well. I'm going to vacuum this out and scrub it down. It definitely needed it. I had a few bags of kale, and the kale definitely sprinkled in here, so that's why it looks a little green. These are the bags of kale. we always purchase the fresh kale that comes in a huge bundle, and then I use whatever I need to fresh if I have a recipe that I'm using, and then whatever is left in that bag I always put in the freezer, and then we use them in our smoothies. It is so great to have kale readily available, and those bags are pretty cost effective, so it works out really well. Also with our meat, whenever we get hamburger or chicken or any like chicken sausage or anything like that, we always buy like a bulk package, and then we'll split everything up into individual bags, use what we're going to for recipes for the week, and freeze the rest for upcoming weeks. That allows us to buy meat like on a monthly basis rather than a weekly basis, and then I can plan our weekly meals throughout my monthly calendar with all of that in mind, knowing what I'm gonna have to pull from the freezer, put in the refrigerator for the upcoming week's recipes. Just a couple suggestions for you if you're looking for some easy tips on food storage or a little bit more cost effective. As we all know, groceries are very expensive. Another thing I've been really trying to be mindful of is taking like inventory of what foods we're actually consuming and what foods we buy because we've always bought them and feel like we have to. I feel like we were doing that a lot, like just purchasing a certain snack because we always had it in the house. So if we didn't have it in the house, it would be weird. But I found time after time, I was just wasting it because no one was actually eating it. We were just having it in the house because we felt like we had to. Is that something that you feel your family goes through? I don't know, maybe it's just me and that was just a weird thing that we did, but I've been definitely trying to keep a better eye on that and purchase foods, put foods on our grocery list that we are actually consuming. And then if it's something that's sitting in our freezer or our refrigerator or our pantry and not getting consumed, I'm not going to keep adding it to the list for it to just go to waste. These are cubes of butternut squash. I always roast a butternut squash, put it in the blender and in freezer cubes, and then I put them in a baggie so then I can utilize them whenever I need to or want to add an extra vegetable into my son's foods. I always do this with macaroni and cheese. Any pastas that we have, I'll just throw a couple cubes of this in, or you could get the cauliflower rice and add extra vegetables into your kids' food that way as well. I always leave it in this drawer right at top so it's very easily accessible and I always know where it is. Now that the inside of the entire fridge and freezer are nice and deep cleaned, I'm going to clean off all of my stainless steel appliances. I'm starting with the fridge, then I'll do the microwave, the stove, and the dishwasher. came home with the groceries, so I'm just getting those unloaded and then I will give you a grocery haul. My husband always does the grocery shopping. I've done it a few times here and there, but it's kind of stressful for me and I get superly, that's really a word, super distracted while I'm there because I like to read all of the packages and there's so many like new foods and different things. I love going through like the health food section and seeing what they have in there. And then I end up spending so much time in the grocery store. My husband always calls me like, have you left yet? Where are you? What are you doing? You've been gone for such a long time. So we found that it's just much easier for my husband to do it. And he's way pickier than I am with the selection of like the produce and stuff. Sometimes I kind of just grab things. I'll look like briefly, but not as closely and intently as him. So he definitely likes to go and get all of that done himself. He can do it faster and he definitely picks out better produce than I do.
Our grocery haul for this week, we got some cups for drinks, turkey, onion rings, french fries, and chicken nuggets, and these Tostitos freezer items, some vitamin water, kombucha, coffee creamer, grapes, bananas, romaine lettuce, strawberries, avocados, tomatoes, vanilla yogurt, some packets of cheese. We like this Dave's bread and his hamburger buns, Doritos. This is pesto and tomato sauce, some eggs, and then for snacks, these are cheese crackers and peanut butter crackers. These almond butter biscuits, chocolate granola bars, and Reese's Puff cereal. Here's our grocery haul for the week. Now I'm going to get all of this put away.
My son, of course, spotted the cereal right away and just had to have some, even though we were just about to have dinner, so I did give him a little bowl of it. This is not a cereal we purchase very often at all. When I put peanut butter cereal on the list, I was intending for my son to go in like the health food section and get one of those peanut butter cereals. There's a really good one that I get all the time. If I go in, I've shown him, but this is the peanut butter cereal that we ended up with. No big deal, it is what it is. I have to be so grateful that my husband does the grocery shopping for me. I try to get everything out of the boxes as soon as we get them home, put away in the pantry so that they are readily accessible, and this way I found that things get consumed much quicker than if we left everything in the boxes. And not put away this way So if your pantry, you feel like things are staying in there for a long time, expiring, maybe try to take them out of their original containers, put them in baskets or things like this that I'm showing you here, where your family can see them and grab these kinds of snacks easily, and they won't just sit in the boxes. We have definitely had that happen over here, so I make sure to have everything kind of presented here that I want to make sure we are consuming, or things that I know that we're liking for snacks or granola bars. We have some oatmeal packets in this, and also some popcorn in this basket, things that we are consuming kind of on a regular basis these days. And this does change over periodically when we get interested in different snacks. About it. Anyone else have to start hiding the chips and the popcorn way up top? We usually keep it, my camera, down in these baskets, kind of like those, but my son is 2 and is just wanting to snack on chips and popcorn, and we'll come in here and get them right before dinner. Anybody else do that as well? So I might have to reorganize this whole pantry again and move things a little bit higher and leave what we want him to be snacking on in eye level for him. Now for one of my favorite parts of Sunday Reset is washing and getting the fruit all put away. I always put my fruit in mason jars, so it's all ready to be eaten right away. We don't have to worry about it having to be washed or anything like that. It just makes it so much easier. Today I'm a little bit discombobulated because we did bring our air fryer back out. It was put away from the holidays. It just takes so much space on the counters, but we wanted to use it. Our oven had actually, there was like some spark or something, I don't know, some plug thing that wasn't working. My husband had to replace. So our oven wasn't working for a couple days, so thankfully we had this that we could utilize to make some of our dinners. But now the counter is just very utilized, so I feel a little discombobulated with so much stuff on the counter. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna wash all of our produce and the avocados, and oh, I need to wash those tomatoes too. Get them all looking nice and pretty in the refrigerator and ready to be consumed for the week. Oh, and apparently Luca wants to join me. He's brought his little step stool. Say hi. You gonna help me wash the fruit? All right, let's do it. I always wash my fruit as soon as we get it home from the grocery store. I just use vinegar and water to wash them all off. It works out really well, so easy, and I always have vinegar on hand at home because I use it in recipes and multiple different ways. There's so many things that you can clean with vinegar, and my produce is one of those. So if you're looking for an easy solution for cleaning produce, definitely try out vinegar. I'm going to get this all washed and put in the mason jars so that everything is ready for the week. I'm transferring them to a salad spinner. I'm going to rinse off the vinegar with some water. I found that if you don't rinse off the vinegar, sometimes it like stays on the grapes and the strawberries and whatever you're washing, and they don't last as long. So I've been rinsing them off and drying them with the salad spinner and then letting them dry on the towel and then putting them away, and they seem to last a long time. Our family is rather small. There's only the 3 of us, and produce literally lasts us all week. If your family is bigger, I'm sure you have to go get more produce or go shopping a little bit more frequently. So you may not have to worry about the fruit lasting a little bit of time, but for us, our fruit like usually lasts us the entire week. My son absolutely loves grapes. I cut them up very small so then he doesn't have a choking hazard, and he was definitely wanting some. It was just about dinner time, so I usually give him fruit with his dinner anyways. So I'm just gonna cut some up quickly for him so then he's not as upset. He thought I was just gonna put them away without giving him any. So that's what I'm doing right now, and as you can see, I cut them up in like 6 pieces because I just get so nervous about them. They're like one of the biggest choking hazards. I'm just gonna finish up by putting the strawberries away. I always put them in a mason jar too. I put a paper towel at the bottom to absorb any moisture. Berries always have a little bit of moisture when they're sitting in the refrigerator, so this keeps them fresh as well. Thank you all so much for joining me today in this Sunday reset video. I hope you enjoyed getting my refrigerator and pantry all prepped for the week. I hope I gave you lots of cleaning motivation and some ideas for yourself, and that you felt like you were just hanging out with a friend. If you have not yet, please subscribe. I'd love to have you join us back here. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday.